Hello, my name is Sophie Virens-Dehaan, and I'm recording a few videos about my experience of breast cancer treatments over the past 18 months or so. And this particular video is about hair loss and hair regrowth. And now it is 4 months since my last chemotherapy infusion, and it's not exactly been very fast growing, but it's reassuringly there, and the density is good, and it's framing my face. So even though I used to wear a fringe and now have a big brow, I'm quite happy to potter around without the hats. But to go back to the whole experience, in late September, I had an appointment with the oncologist who said categorically that I would lose my hair. So at the time, I had shoulder length, red-brown hair because I was applying red henna, quite regularly on my hair, and that was the only hair product I was using. So it was glossy, healthy, red-brown. And now it's completely black, grey, dark grey with a bit of white. So big contrast. Knowing that I was going to lose all that hair, I decided to go and have a haircut. So I went to the hairdresser I usually go and asked them for a really short cut and came out with a lovely pixie cut. Even my husband, who doesn't like short hair, was very happy with it. So it did take years of me, and I enjoyed that cut. But for only a month or so, because on day 18 of the first cycle of chemotherapy, the hair started to come out. And I remember it was a Sunday and I was sitting on the sofa and I was absent-mindedly touching my hair, and it sort of came out in my hand. So I thought, okay, I'm not going to wait for it to come all over the house and then I have to vacuum the place all over again, having it done the previous day. So I thought, okay, I'll just pluck it a bit like you'd pluck weeds in the garden, I guess. And I gathered all that hair, and there was very, very little left. So it looked very strange. So my husband had left in the morning to go rowing, and he couldn't believe the difference on before and after. And then I started to think, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done it that way. For him, it gives him a huge shock. But anyway, he then helped me shaving off what was left. And then I was in for months of really naked scalp. But I wasn't too bothered because there were many other side effects of the chemotherapy that were annoying me more than the smooth scalp. So it was the winter, it was dark days, mostly there were lots of indoors days because it was approaching Christmas and all that. So I wasn't too bothered with the hair loss. It's only when the treatment ended, my last infusion was 26th of January, that I started to get a bit more keen on the hair coming back. And it was a bit slower than expected. In fact, in January, in February, I still had only a millimetre of white, pure white fluff. So it was nearly like a completely naked scalp anyway. And then the days were getting longer, brighter, and when I looked in the mirror, I'm not sure I was ready to go out looking like that. Only because it was so, how can I explain it? It was making me quite vulnerable or exposed. It was naked. It was a sense of nakedness there. I just didn't feel comfortable. But as soon as I put a hat on, then I felt quite happy. In fact, I have a huge collection of colorful scarves. These are scarves, and it's very easy to put on a scarf. And in addition to scarves, I had a whole collection of ready-made kind of hat purchased on Amazon that were actually quite very comfy, very easy to put on, warm in the winter. This one has wool in it, very neutral in colors. I used to superimpose them, put that hat as a base and then a scarf on top. So I was having a great deal of fun with the hats. To the point that I never was tempted to wear a wig. Even in March or April, when the hair was growing, it was still very fuzzy, and it was still a bit cool outside as well, because the spring was late in coming. So I still went to work with a hat, and I did enjoy wearing the hats. But I wasn't quite ready to take it off just yet. And now I'm quite happy to be without hat. But I never, even at the lowest point, I've never really wanted to wear a wig, because I thought, okay, I'll go out and I'll look like someone undergoing cancer treatment because my head is covered with something like this, right? Or even something like this, unless it looks like I'm a member of different religions or something. But no, I would still look like a cancer patient, and it's fine. I quite like the idea of going out and looking like what is really, it's what's happening, it's reality, it's life, it's real. So I had no problem with that, and that's why I was never tempted by the wigs. Also, the wigs are probably not as simple as they look like in wearing, and keep looking after them. And I like things really soft on my scalp as well, especially when there was not much hair in it. So yes, so that was just to share the whole experience of having no hair and the hair growing back. In fact, it's been a few months of my life with also no hair on the body, and also hardly any eyebrows at the time. For a while I didn't have any eyelashes and my eyes were dripping all the time. So I was going out in these situations, and I was thinking, yes, okay, I look different, but then I feel different, and it's okay. So it's just to share this experience of what it's been like for me. It's very personal. Everyone can have completely different thoughts and reaction to losing their hair as a woman, or even as a man. Maybe it's a difficult thing for people to go through, and it's just my experience of it is just one example among many of what it's been like. And I'll stop here.